All right, next up we have the three co-founders of Best Friend Finance. Josh, who's in charge of product. Hi, Josh. Matt Robinson, BFF CTO, and Gabo, the CEO of Best Friend Finance. Take it away, guys.
I'm gonna start showing a few images for the audience. I don't know if you guys can see it from there. Massive migration. Why is this happening? Is people coming to the US for the free healthcare system? Or is it for the free higher education? I mean, maybe in Europe, but is people really willing to risk their life just for the healthcare system or by its own? People want to improve their life. And they do so either by avoiding death, and those are way more visible whenever there is a geopolitical conflict and people see those massive migrations happening, people understand it better. But there is one that we don't talk much about. People migrate seeking better economic opportunities. We recognize that obtaining equally economic opportunities around the world may be difficult to obtain because of geographical conditions. But we can definitely do much better than we do today. We have a device that connects us all through the internet around the world. We use extreme complex applications all around the world, and we're connected through them. On this device, I can access all kinds of financial services. But those are not available to all. Those are available depending on who you are and where we are. This unfairness that without the same access to financial services around the world widens the gap of inequality between humans in different geographies of the Earth. And while this unfairness keeps existing, doesn't matter how tall the wall is or how big the sea is, those massive migrations are going to continue happening. Humanity has a responsibility to fix this problem, but it's not going to fix by its own. We need to build the future. We can increase economic equality, economic opportunity around the world. We have seen how traditional banking has failed in this area. But let's be honest, also DeFi and blockchain has failed on this area as well. We at UglyCash, we are aiming to close the gap on those differences that exist in the access to financial services, but in order to do that, we needed to take a different approach. One that is more ambitious than the traditional fintech, and one that takes a different playbook in order to build something for the greater humanity. Instead of focusing on a single use case on a market, we seek to build a vehicle that offers equal services worldwide, not on a particular market, not on a single use case. Providing them through this center with everything that they need related to money. People need to understand us from the get-go. People need to understand when they get to know us as a financial application that is as universal as WhatsApp, but that they can use for their everyday financial transactions. Because if people understand us any different, we're going to be limited on the ability of what people can use with us. Because people will probably move out their money. People will not trust us in doing different activities because they will have already understood us in a particular way of what we can do for them and what this is useful for them. So from the day one, we need to offer basically the most basic convenience for their everyday need, so they can feel that they have a universal financial center that can give them everything that they need. We do so by creating a vehicle that is Ugly Cash, that has this global vision and this worldwide vision from the scratch. And in order to do that, we had to integrate RTokens as the universal layer that allow us to be present in different parts of the world because of the stablecoin part. But not only the stablecoin component, as we have seen the different use cases that the protocol is allowing through that, allows to offer and build different services that can ultimately be exposed to users beyond the borders that we have today. But those tokens by themselves are not going to be used if they don't have the convenience of the domestic banks, and if they don't have the capacity to be transferred and be used as well as their domestic and improving even the international payments. With this new vehicle, we are creating a new generation of financial center, one that is global and one that seeks to transform the industry, not only of banking, but of financial services.
Wow, that's exciting. All right. So how are we going to do that? That's big ambition. We are going to break this down today into our 4 core components that we've been spending our time, resources, sweat, energy on, and give you a glimpse a little bit under the hood of how we do this. So the first foundational building block is US banking, bank sponsorship. Dollars, fiat dollars start here. And there's been a lot of problems lately with fintech, BaaS, banking as a service. This is the other side of DeFi. Your close cousin is BaaS. And this is a map of who we talked to starting over a year ago. A lot of major banks up here. Some we're not even naming. Some what are called BaaS providers, a middle tech layer to connect banks and fintechs. And we talked to a lot of them. Some of them were not great fits for us. We could see the writing on the wall of what wasn't going to work. Some of you may have seen like the Synapse and Evolve cases that have collapsed. They were very eager to work with us. We really went to some first principles thinking around compliance and regulatory issues, and we decided not to work with them. We've saved ourselves a lot of headache there. But we had 24 criteria for a great match. And these were the 2 that really have stuck out we spent a lot of time on, which was the forward thinking in this regulatory environment, and access to executives from BSA officers, compliance officers, AML officers, people with the money at the bank who were open to innovation. Because we knew what we were going to do was not going to fit in the standard box for banking. So the result of who we chose is Bangor Savings Bank. Bangor Savings Bank is who we're working with today. And if you have Ugly Cash today, when you download Ugly Cash in the US, under the hood is Bangor Savings Bank holding your dollars. And the thing that we like about this, that they've worked with us, a couple core key examples of innovation, is no SSN or USID if you don't have one. That's actually not a real law that regulators have today, even though many banks force that on most people. This opens up access to more people. No proof of address. It's a very archaic thing to have to upload a doc if you don't really need to. You need to be in the US. And so share your location, just like you do with Uber. You're in the US, you get a bank account. And number 3 here, this is really critical for a lot of what the intersection between RTokens and banking will be, is they have a thoughtful relationship, so we'll expand on this in a bit, between US banking and crypto. So they had an open mind to what we were going to be doing. I know you're thinking, actually see it in the faces over there, if you're going to do payments, why do you need a full bank account? It's a good point. It's actually really hard to do what Venmo and Cash App do under the hood, especially in today's environment. Regulators hate what's called omnibus accounts, commingling funds. The banks themselves don't know whose money it is. Those are really difficult challenges. And working with this bank, with Bangor, we are actually getting close to what you see here with new ugly, mid ugly, ugly hot, obviously internal names. You can decide to use those publicly if you'd like. But those are going to be our KYC tiers. And so it will look like Cash App or Venmo to a consumer. They will be able to send money. Unlike today, if you open an ugly cash account, you will have to open a full bank account. But soon, you won't. It'll be as easy as it is with Cash App with sharing a certain amount of information, or with Remitly, you're sharing a certain amount of information. So you're going to be able to get into the experience a lot easier. Under the hood, we're probably the first, as we know, that is going to be doing this in what's called for benefit of accounts, not an omnibus account. This is thinking forward of how the regulators are going to look at us, and we think we have a sustainable future here with this approach. Next building block. Has anybody here heard of reserve protocol? 1, 2, about half in the room. It's good. I'm a little surprised it's only half. This is important. This is really important. We are mixing banking and some things called reserve protocol because Stablecoin Utility is critical to this mission. Why? Outside of the US, stable, asset-backed, over-collateralized digital dollars is how we hold customers' funds. The app looks the same in the US as it might in Mexico, but under the hood, there's different vehicles holding the dollars. Another one, some of you might have seen a recent voting on the protocol, specifically on the eUSD token. Yield generating has now been shared with fintech apps, and there's going to be some amazing use cases that happen because of that governance shift unlocking for us. So these are two critical aspects. And now, I think we're at 12, 13 countries, custody across LATAM in digital dollars. And this feature over here, this is live. If you are in LATAM today and you load funds, your balance will immediately start increasing at a rate that we set, but you can see how this is coming from an APY that is very similar to what the eUSD APY is. Oh my gosh, yeah, round of applause. Isn't that incredible? Yeah, I saw some people trying. There was like some half claps. It's wide open, you're allowed to, you're allowed to. Next one, next third foundational building block, transferability. It's cool if you can hold the money, how do you get it there? It's actually not that easy of a problem. We're working closely, and we spent a lot of time finding who will be the right money transmission partner, especially from the US. There's a lot of laws, state-by-state laws, about how you can actually take a user's funds and move it somewhere else. So we're working with a partner that allows us to do two really critical things. They can take USD and with their orchestration, transfer it to stablecoins. They are holding eUSD today, actually. What they're doing from our US entities is anytime someone sends money from the US to LATAM, you're going to see an on-chain movement of exact that amount within seconds on an L2 of the funds that the customer has sent. This is happening. Another exciting thing's happening. That first example is if the money has already switched to digital dollars inside our ecosystem. Virtual accounts that are backed by a conversion, an orchestration conversion to eUSD is something that went live. How long ago did that go live? Matt, you probably know better.
A couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks ago? Maybe I thought it was days. But so today, someone can, in LATAM, can show that they have an account and routing number to anyone, any employer, anyone freelancing site, and that money, that USD will get sent to that account routing number, instantly get converted to stablecoins and sent to us to be held in their ugly cash wallet, opening up USD accessibility in stablecoins across LATAM for many. Oh my God, fine, you can do it again. You can do it again. Yeah, that's so good. You guys are great. This is what it looks like. You know, Cash App, Venmo, they're stuck. They're stuck here in the US. Can't go outside the US. Ugly Cash is interoperable across the Americas. Last big building block, spendability. It's great if the money moves there. It's great if you can hold the money there. How do you spend the money? This has been a huge project by a lot of people in the room over the last year, working with a partner, Visa, and an entity out of Puerto Rico to make, for the first time, a Visa-issued continental card. Oh, look at this. You guys get the hang of it. You guys are really good at this. Yeah. So anywhere in LATAM can have this card shipped to them within days, except for a few countries. You see green lines there? There's 3 countries that the speed, somebody want to guess how fast they can get their card? Same day? Are you crazy? Sometimes within hours. In Mexico City, for example, it's very, very close to the distribution center. In San Salvador, it'll likely be the case there as well. So to speed up the potential utility, because we're asking for a lot of behavior change. Change your account, change where you spend. So we're saying to you, give us a shot. Within a few hours, maybe within the day, that money will be in your account and you have a card to spend it on and go try it. You don't have to wait weeks. In the US, sometimes you order a card from a fintech, you even have to wait weeks. The postal service here makes you take forever. So we're gonna beat that in a few of our core markets. These are the 4 building blocks that will open up many go-to-market opportunities. I've been very proud of this team. It's been a significant amount of work, as you can kind of get a hint at even from this talk, just touching the surface level, what's happening under the hood. And a couple quick examples, real use cases. This could be the remote salaried employee in Peru or a freelancer requesting funds in Chile. They're using the bank account, the transferability, the Visa card, and they're going to love the APY. These people are going to get enough USD in their saving in their local economies. Now they're going to be building wealth because of the RTokens. The US Latino immigrant who couldn't even get a bank account in the US because of maybe the documentation or the address requirements is now going to get a bank account. And they're going to be able to use the ability to transfer funds within the ecosystem to family members who will use the stablecoin balances. And they will use the Visa card to spend those balances. And this is one of our favorite use cases. I don't know if this shows up cleanly, but you could sign up for a bank account in minutes, soon even less than a bank account. You're going to be able to walk into any one of 22,000 stores in the US and hand someone cash dollars. A lot of immigrants who don't have a bank account will have cash in their hand. In a few clicks, send that money, maybe to your aunt in Oaxaca, and your aunt can spend the money on the other card instantly. When cash went into that account, there could be seconds between cash in that account and the ability for that Visa to spend on stablecoins. That's what's coming. Don't you dare clap. Oh my gosh, you clapped. Oh, okay, okay. The big question is, are there other potential use cases today? You see the financial service center here, the building blocks that are coming together, and I shared a couple examples. There could be even more. There really could. I don't know if anybody has any.
Also, there could be more use cases for RTokens as well.
More use cases for RTokens.
One important question here also for the audience. How many of you have at least 2 friends outside of this group that are currently using RTokens today?
Raise your hand. Almost nobody. Almost nobody. Wow.
Guys, I think I got something for this.
Right.
You do? Oh.
Is your phone?
See what I might have.
Let's plug that in.
What do you have? Oh, is it a phone? Is that your phone?
This is Gabo's phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from the state of New York.
Might be some money transfer license issues there. Some of you know about the bid license.
Do we have this showing? There it is, yeah. Let's check out. So for those who aren't familiar, this is kind of the home screen of Ugly Cash as it stands right now. And you've heard twice, actually, about a couple times, about the government proposal for eUSD. We're doing rev share with fintech apps. Ugly Cash is one of those apps. This additional revenue stream has enabled us to create a new loyalty program for our US customers that we are calling Ugly Cash Earn. Boom.
What?
With Ugly Cash Earn, what we're doing is we're taking your US dollars and we're converting them into eUSD, all under the hood. We're doing actual on-chain transactions in Base that can be tracked as well, going back and forth. And what we've done is we've tried to make it as easy as possible as if you were transferring between accounts at your own bank. So here we go. I'm going to tap into Ugly Cash Earn. I'm going to move some of Gabo's money.
Perfect.
Let's say 5. 50, I'm going to
More.
watch.
1,000. Oh, what do you guys want to do? 500.
500?
Do it.
Do it.
Going big.
Do it. Oh, Gabo's ready to earn.
Do it.
He's not going to.
Want it.
What?
There we go. That quickly.
Let's see it.
And so now if we go back, we'll see that his Ugly Cash Earn balance is increased by 500. That's 500 USD, that's on chain, and that is now earning him additional revenue at a rate that we set, which is currently at 7.1% APY.
This is thank you to the governor's proposal of eUSD that allows new revenue streams and that we can then use those corporate funds to create these kind of marketing programs that we're launching today. So now this is available in the US. Any user of Ugly Cash can have access to that 7.1%.
How many of you in the US have yourselves, friends or family that might prefer that over the treasuries rate? A lot more hands up this time. Great. Excellent. Oh?
That's pretty much it.
Oh, is it? Okay. That's it.
Thanks a lot. You want to come back?
I would just like to say, thank you one more time to the Ugly Cash co-founders for sharing that, and congratulations to the Best Friend Finance team overall for building everything that you just saw, talked about and demoed. It's something that you can talk about in a few minutes, but it's something that's taken quite a long time, and as Josh alluded to, all those conversations and negotiations to bring that product together. It's something bundling, the services from Visa and MasterCard and, multiple different banks and so on to make that all possible. So one more round of applause. Congratulations to the Ugly Cash team, the Best Friend Finance team, for making that happen. I'm super, super excited for this all to come together. And for those of you who've been tracking it, these features have been launched one at a time, but we're just about to get to the point where with all this live, the whole picture comes together. And so up until now, the Best Friend Finance team hasn't been going out and marketing this product to people. It's just been, sort of a beta, friends and family using it, debugging everything. With all those features kind of finally coming together where you can take your physical cash, get it in, send it, have it be spent on a card and so on. I think we're still a couple weeks out from those final things being live. Then the marketing starts and we begin trying to bring users into this ecosystem and really start trying to grow it. And we'll see if it catches on. We'll see if that product market fit is there. But in this sort of situation, we felt it was right, or they felt it was right, to really build that entire full stack product before bringing it to market. So really excited to see how that goes.